Hey, it's you! I knew you would come back. So, turns out you have a problem. You want to pull out, you want to pull up, you want to pull up. You wish you could do a pull-up, but you don't know how to get there. You don't know how to start, and just looking at a bar drives you crazy because you are already imagining yourself doing some amazing shit up there, but you can't. You don't know how to start. So don't worry about it. This is why I'm here. We're gonna go through step by step how you are gonna do your first pull-up, and from there get into so many different crazy pull-up variations that your back is gonna be absolutely insane when you're done. Starting with our first exercise, which is called the wall pull. Now, this is not a wall. I know, you're not stupid, but all we need to do is basically pull our bodies closer to what we will be calling a wall for today. So you grab anything from a door frame to anything that is parallel to your body, if you stay like so, to anything that is in a 90-degree angle to the ground, and you just grab it and pull there. Now, I don't want you to just be like a floppy noodle and just try and pull yourself up there. I want you to keep some real nice erect upper body and pull yourself closer to your solar plexus and actually activate the musculature you're gonna need, which is your biceps, your latissimus, and your rhomboids, your traps and everything, and pull back even further. Now you have to stand all the way with your tiptoes to said wall to have a nice range of motion here and start. This is the easiest exercise, so we're gonna do at least a couple of sets of those just to either warm up or to start with easy exercises that are gonna get us progressively to do a nice pull-up. Now, from here, we have some nice reverse barbell rows. All you need is a barbell, like so, place it on the squat rack, and then you're gonna grab it like this and move forward with your legs. Now, there's a couple of things to keep in mind. First off, you wanna bring your upper body into one line with your lower body. Also keep in mind that depending on how we grab, we're going to be activating different muscles. So if you turn your hands around to an underhand grip, you're going to be mostly working on your biceps. But if you turn your hands this way for an overhand grip, you're going to be mostly working your latissimus. Now, long-time watchers of this channel already know the latissimus is this big ass muscle that covers almost the entirety of your back, and latissimus pull-ups are a little bit harder than biceps pull-ups. So we are going to do both variations for the high reverse barbell row. This is the biceps activating reverse barbell row. We're going to do a couple of those, right? And then we're going to switch over to latissimus dominant reverse barbell rows, which is a very, very long word for a very simple and easy exercise. Keep your spinal erectors flexed, which are the muscles in your lower back, so you can stay in one line. And we always want to use long range of motion. So relax fully and go back up again. Now, when we progress through those exercises, we want to see that it gets a little bit harder with every single exercise. That's what she said. Basically, you want to see, okay, I've been able to do 12 repetitions of wall pulls. Next, I should be able to do 12 repetitions of reverse barbell rows. And now we're going to increase the difficulty again. See, by elevating my legs and my feet, we're gonna have a little bit more weight that we need to pull. So we're gonna go into a similar position like we did before with the classic reverse barbell row, but this time we're gonna elevate our legs, making the exercise harder. And again, we have latissimus dominant, and then we wanna switch to biceps dominant, elevated, reverse, barbell, rows. Now guys and gals and everything in between, we're moving on to a somewhat hard exercise because now we want to sit down like so, and we're gonna simulate an assisted pull-up. So basically we have a 90-degree angle in our upper body, but we're gonna keep our feet on the ground and simulate a pull-up by just helping only as much as is required. So basically you want to try and use as much upper body strength as possible. The feet are only there for minimal support. So we're gonna pull up, so, and stay fully relaxed in our lower body. And if we do everything correctly, there shouldn't be a lot of movement in our legs. Here we have the latissimus dominant variation up, and here we have the biceps dominant variation. And now I'm gonna add a bonus exercise for you guys, because if you can do this bonus exercise correctly and work your way up there to 12 repetitions, you're gonna be dominating everything pull-up related. And that will be a latissimus dominant behind the back pull-up. Why are we doing that? I'm gonna turn around to show you why. Because when we simulate the behind the back pull-up, there's a lot of movement happening. So just so you know the difference, here we have the classic latissimus pull, and now once I turn forward and I want to have the bar between my head, what happens is there is a lot more shoulder adduction and abduction, meaning the pulling apart of the shoulders and the pulling together of the shoulders, which helps you activate not only your trapezius, but also activate your latissimus in conjunction with the rest of the back musculature that you need and your scapular musculature. And what that does is it gives you a lot of scapular control. Pull your shoulder blades together and apart, and together and apart. And trust me on this one, it has a lot of benefits that are gonna come over to other different kinds of training methods and not just calisthenics, because scapular adduction and abduction is a really important movement that we need over the course of the day, even for having good posture and for all kinds of stuff. So keep that in mind. So now we're playing on the big boy table. Basically, we're gonna do some jumping assisted pull-ups with some slow ass negatives. And what I mean by that is you wanna jump up and help yourself all the way up into a full range of motion pull-up, which means that your chin is above the bar. And for me, myself, I only count it as a 4 repetition if my sternum gets to bar height, just so we know that nobody's cheating. So what you're basically gonna do is, here we have a supinated grip, which doesn't matter. Basically, your bar is gonna probably be like this, but here we have those. So I'm gonna demonstrate it here. So basically, first, you're gonna hang a loosey-goosey, and then you're gonna help with a jump all the way up, and from here you're gonna slow down the negative movement as much as you can. Raise your legs, go all the way down, go into a starting position and jump, and repeat the whole process again. Slow it down and jump and up, slow it down. This one is a little bit harder, and what's nice about this one is you can decrease the amount of jumping you do with each single repetition, or basically the stronger you get, the less you help out with your legs and the more you slow down the negative. And once you've done that and you are able to do at least 12 good repetitions of slow negatives, of minimal helped out positives with minimal jumping strength, then we can move on what you've been waiting for this whole entire time. So the moment of truth, if you've done everything as I said correctly and work your way up to 12 repetitions for each of those exercises, you should be able to do one single pull-up. If it's not a latissimus dominant pull-up, because those are a little bit harder, as I said, you can at the very least do a biceps dominant pull-up, which is an underhand closed grip like so. You're gonna Now, look at this. I'm a tiny ass motherfucker. I'm basically 5 meters 74. 5 meters. I'm 1 meter 74, which is I think 5'8" or something like this. So I need some help getting up there. So, and then stuff like this happens. See? So basically, God damn it. You want to go into this underhand grip. You want to hang down. You want to extend your arms fully because we don't want to cheat. And then we're going to pull up one single time. There you go. This is your biceps pull-up. You've made it. You can now count yourself in the very small group of people who can do a pull-up, which is a very hard, very advanced exercise, and I'm proud of you for learning this. I'm really, really proud of you. You've done well. You can pat your back on the shoulder and consider yourself patted on the back by myself as well. But this is not enough for you. I know you guys, you are crazy. You want to go even further. So we're going to go through a couple of variations that I found to be the best ones, and for this time, and because I'm feeling a little bit self-conscious now that I fucked up everything just to get up here, I'm gonna pull in a nice little box here to help me get into the right pull-up position. The one right after the biceps pull-up, underhand grip, will be the latissimus pull-up, overhand grip, extend, pull in your legs fully, and go. Full pull-up, and return. All right, this is variation number 2. Variation number 3 is going to be a lat pull-up with some lateral movement. The cool thing about that is the stronger you get, the more we can extend the range of motion. This exercise makes it really easy to do so. You're going to go into an overhand grip just like that. You're going to pull up and then you're going to move left shoulder, right shoulder, middle, and down. Once you have mastered this exercise, all you're gonna do is move out further with your hands, which is gonna up. When you go up, increase the range of motion of movement you need to do laterally. And you can do that by extending fully over and over and over again until you have to do a full typewriter pull-up. Now, once we've done that, we can move to archer pull-ups. For archer pull-ups, instead of pulling up to the middle and then moving laterally, we move up diagonally. Left side, up, and right side, up, and down again. So now we have the biceps pull-up, we have the latissimus pull-up, we have the typewriter pull-up, basically moving laterally at the top and increasing range of motion. So we have multiple actually typewriter style pull-ups, and then we have the archer one. So if you've learned all of those, I can guarantee you not only will you be one of the strongest people when it comes to back musculature, but you're also going to be very, very much more athletic than you would be if you were doing your goddamn curls and lat pull downs and whatever the hell people do when they work on machines at the gym. So this is basically it for today's lesson. I have a couple of classes to teach, so I'll generally see you tomorrow because first of all, new videos every day, and tomorrow is Saturday, which is when the weekly yoga session drops. Check it out if you want to. Thank y'all for tuning in. Love you guys. If you like the video, subscribe, do all of that clicky stuff, and have a good one. Captain Cairo, peace out.